Well, this is quite different of a conundrum than I thought we'd be talking about today, in that we will be answering the question of why can't Yeat, or why doesn't Yeat, not even can't, because I guess we could all say the word, but why doesn't Yeat say the N-word in his songs? Where I don't know if y'all have seen, you probably have, I even posted it on my Instagram blog page, but it's been going viral in all of the, you know, rapper subreddits as well as Twitter, Instagram. But there's this guy named Asher Jax that we actually reacted to and responded to like last week regarding Yeat's first week sales, wherein he said that I lived in a bubble and that Yeat was gonna sell less than 2K first week for To Alive. And then that was actually in response to my predictions where I said he's bigger than Lil Tecca and he's gonna sell 30K. He ended up selling 34, so who was right, little boy? But anyway, this isn't even really a hate video towards the dude, a white dude I might add, in that he was saying the N-word so freely, but he did look around in his car to make sure there were no black people around so that he could say the N-word without, you know, getting jumped or something, because the N-word does have some history, which is what we'll discuss very soon as to why white people, PSA, should not say the N-word, even if you don't mean it in a racist way or you just are ignorant upon what it actually means. I know black people be referring to each other by this word, but it's different. It's different, okay? So again, we're not trying to cancel this dude, Asher Jax. Even in the title of the video, this is brave. I don't know, not even brave, but wild. Like, how did dude just think it was okay to say N-I-G-G? Like, I know black creators who don't even say like the word outright like that. They'll put the N, you know, apostrophe, star, asterisk, $, pound, because it's technically a slur and curse word. So even black people don't just put it in the title, bro. This is crazy. But anyway, he asked, why doesn't Yeat say the N-word? I think he's just ignorant. I don't think he's necessarily racist in the sense that he hates black people. It might be a little bit racist to be ignorant of the history of the word and why white people shouldn't say it, given that white people created the hard R version of the word as a slur to their slaves who were black and looked down upon them as not even full human beings. So let's check it out.
But I don't want to offend anybody here. I know this is kind of like, I think a lot of people pretend that it's a sensitive topic, but in actuality, to me, it's not. And I think people put on a persona online and pretend like they
quote unquote. To me, it's not offensive because he is white. That is going to be the main theme. White people don't understand the history of the word. I personally don't, so I just stay clear of the word. So of course, we're not going to mean it in a disrespectful, well, actually some white people do mean it in a disrespectful or derogatory manner, but it's ignorant to say that no black people or people in general think it's offensive. And even if just one black person on this planet thinks it's offensive, you probably shouldn't say it.
They get offended about things when they really don't. But here's what I want to talk about, and feel free to chime in the comments, give me your thoughts on this. Why does Yeat and other rappers, white rappers too, not just Yeat, but in this video specifically Yeat, why?
You see how he had to look to the right? That's my favorite part. He was like, you know, I'm about to say the N-word, I'm about to drop it. Let me look, just make sure I'm at the gas station, no black people around because they might get offended.
Why does he not say nigga in his rap songs? A lot of, like, if you listen to black rap music, every black rapper says it, right? So it's kind of a rap music thing. But then you get these white rappers that come in and they avoid saying it in their music. But here's the thing, there has been multiple videos of proof of these famous white rappers saying it in their personal lives. Eminem has said it, Post Malone has said it. You can go Google the video. There was a old Snapchat video of Post Malone and he was watching.
Okay, regardless of who has said it and who hasn't, I think that yes, the N-word has kind of lost its value in the sense of negative value, that is, of being a derogatory slur against black people just because of how casually it's used amongst black people. However, that does not mean that the historical definition behind it of how, or its origin, has been deteriorated one bit. I know that it's in a bunch of rap songs, and I actually always thought about, like, is it technically racist or bad for white people to sing along the lyrics of a rapper who is black that says the N-word? Because obviously when white people say it in this context, they don't mean it in a derogatory or slur manner. They're just trying to sing along and, you know, be one of the cool kids. But again, it's not about us. It's about how black people feel about white people saying the N-word, given the definition or the origins. And so I just think in general, I'm not trying to cancel bro, because obviously he just needs to learn about the word, because he's definitely just ignorant about this concept of it's not about us, it's about how black people feel about this word, since the word is about them, not necessarily us. We created the word as white people talking down upon other people. In fact, the other word that goes hand in hand, and it's actually not even as strong, cracker, was only created because of how white people were doing bad things to black people. Cracker meaning the crack of the whip. So as he discussed in the video, he may talk to other black people or other white people and say the N-word and refer to each other as that, and it has nothing to do with the history behind it. It's just like a casual term to refer to each other, just as black people do, because black culture is pretty much at the forefront of entertainment, social media, all that. There's no denying whatsoever. That's why rap, hip hop is the most popular genre at this point, other than maybe pop, but there are a lot of black pop artists. And so what a lot of people on this planet like to do is emulate the people that are at the top, such as these hip hop artists who say the N-word a lot in their lyrics and just while they talk. And among the people that emulate this behavior is white people. And yes, I have seen it. I have seen all types of cultures. People who should not be saying the N-word refer to each other as the N-word. Again, I don't think that it's people trying to be racist. It's just being ignorant about the definition of the word. I myself, in the past, have definitely been ignorant of this concept and definition of the word, and that's why as I grew older, I just steered farther and farther away from even having that word in my vocabulary. I don't care if any black people around me give me the N-word pass, it just should not be said by white people, okay? And I think why Asher Jacks felt comfortable or just thought this was a good topic for a video, which it kind of is, because now it creates the exploration of should white people or can white people use this word, especially after the Joe Rogan situation where he wasn't even saying it in a racist way, at least from what I've heard. He was using it in context, such as reciting a quote from somebody else. And inherently, I don't think that that's necessarily racist, but again, it's not about us, it's about how offended black people are of this word given the history behind it. It hasn't been that long since like the civil rights movement in the 1960s. It's only 2022, so you know, maybe given more time, the word will lose more of its negative value, since I do think that a lot of white people don't realize, including myself, none of our ancestors went through any sort of hardships close to African Americans and just black people in general via slavery, as well as all the side effects that last to this day, such as redlining, their financials by which they were literally not even citizens or able to have money until they were freed from slavery. So like they didn't have a head start, whereas white people already had, like, even when slavery was over, we already had like farms or our own land and like bank accounts. They had to just start from ground zero, and there's been all sorts of issues that stemmed from that. Now I cannot relate, nor can I even understand why that was a thing back in the day, but in conclusion, that is why white people should not say the N-word. But of course, this is a discussion, so y'all let me know in the comments, white, black, Asian, Eastern European, whatever culture or race or ethnicity you come from, let me know what you think in the comments. I'm honestly curious as to what everybody says, because maybe I'm totally out of the park in how I view the word. It's been your boy Bobbalam signing off. Make sure to like and subscribe and join the Bob Gang if you with it. Peace out, cloud people. No, see.